certification is a very loose term that I can use.
Well, like it can be a very loose term. I mean, you could be a certified, like, okay, so I remember years ago I was going to be I was going to get I was going to be a pastor. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to get my PhD in religion from this college in the United States.
Right.
And I think I did actually one, but I put a fake name in it to see if it would work. And yeah, they gave me a certificate. So it was like PhD in religion or something like that.
Well, I mean, they're not all show on stream. Oh, what's this? There we go. Here's the thing: not everything is a certificate doesn't mean a lot.
It can have varying levels of weight for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So, do you want to know how I became a certified life coach?
Sure, let's hear it.
Okay. This is going to sound bad, but bear with me. So, it'd be fair to say that when I have people in my chair, we unload our problems. I mean, as a barber, you do have people that
bartender, barber.
Yeah, it all happens. Well, during the pandemic that none of us like to talk about, things like therapy were allowed, but barbering was not. And there was a bit of a gray area as far as when a person could legally have somebody in the chair. So I went online thanks to the University of Google. And I became a certified life coach with nothing more than a couple clicks and a printer. And because there is not really a governing body that's going to call you on it. So
that's fair.
Yeah. I would like to call myself a life assistant.
So, I mean, to be fair, like there is a coaching academy, there is coaching federations. Like this is how you can become a certified life coach. Or actually, like there's some pretty big certifications actually out there. Okay.
Oh, there's some legit one. There's some legit ones for sure. Mine was
How do you find the non-legitimate ones though is what's interesting, right?
Well, here's the thing. Should something have happened and someone would have called me out for being behind the chair, I would have said, hey, this is a therapy session. I'm his life coach. This is how we do it. It never happened. Oh, Jerry says that that Jayon gave you a great massage today on the TikTok chat, which I've got.
Oh, the TikTok chat. Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Who said that?
Jerry. Jiri. I
don't know who that is.
So well, you touched that person yesterday. Sorry, yesterday. Your hands on Jerry.
Okay, that's good. It's perfect. Good.
So, kudos to your wife for putting. I think that's the first time I've seen her do a front-facing camera video where she talks to the camera today.
Well, she's been doing them a little bit more often, actually. Right?
Hang on, Jerry said
here it is.
He asked me to turn over. I had to run.
Okay. Gotcha.
You sure? Okay. That's Jerry saying that.
Yep. Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, with the lack of certification it took, it was basically a fail-safe should something have happened. I'd be like, no, this is a session. We're having a conversation right now. And this is how we do it. It's like,
excuse me, yoga. I'm trying to preserve my client's confidentiality. Can you please leave?
Yeah. You got to go. No, here's
I'll call the cops on you here.
Yeah. That probably would have been who would have been coming in to bust me for doing a haircut.
Well, I don't think so.
No, it didn't happen.
At all. Like, seriously. Like, they had all those people they were getting fined big money or whatever. And I remember talking to health and safety, and they were kind of like, oh, yeah, we can't force people to do these things. It was like, but you're going to fine them? Seriously? Come on now.
Hey, it was a weird time. I think
absolutely it was a weird time. It's like talk about, namby-pamby on every single regard possible, right? And that's why people got rebellious, because it was like, well, why does it feel like nobody knows what's going on and we're being jerked around a little bit? And that's kind of why people got upset.
Could have been. I mean,
You know?
here's the thing. You have that whole time of our lives, which was 2 years, 18 months, give or take.
That was
Going
5
into
years
what
ago
we're
that started, eh?
5 years ago. So
Yeah.
this is when I go back to what we're talking about today. I can't because this, or I can't
Yeah.
because of COVID. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's okay. You know what? Can't because of something that happened 4 years ago
Yeah.
that I would say that a lot of us not everybody bounced back from it. Lots of places did not. However, if you weren't affected by it, if what you're trying to do now wasn't affected by it then, I have a tough time believing that you're using that as an excuse. Like we have excuses for a lot of things.
So what I tell people is, people have a million excuses, but very few reasons. Okay. So that's what I have heard from clients. It's like, oh yeah, I used to be really good at exercise or stretching. And then, COVID came around and I say, well, that was 5 years ago. And they'll look at me and go, well, I guess I can't use that as an excuse anymore, can I? Said, no, you can't.
You can use it as an excuse, but you can't use it as a reason.
Exactly.
Right.
Because it doesn't have any validity anymore at this point in time. You just, sorry, yeah, I get it. Things are hard. Things are tough. But the big secret is it's never going to get easier. It's always going to be hard and it's always going to be tough. So when I talk to people about a lot of things, it's maybe time to start doing something. It's like, oh, it's hard. It's hard. So, yeah, it's not going to get easier on you. There's was it Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, you don't stop.
Yeah, keep going.
Right? Like, really, just keep going.
Well, and some of the things that people, I wanted to see what the most common, what was my question? What are the most common goals people talk themselves out of to hold them back?
Okay.
And there is a flurry of them. So starting a business.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Starting a business. Fear of failure, financial risk, or imposter syndrome can crush entrepreneurial dreams. I would believe that as a guy who's owned, a business, and imposter syndrome is a real thing.
Yep.
Where you feel I really should I be doing this? Am I the guy? And then trying to justify what you're doing to everybody. Like I don't need to answer to somebody else as far as why I'm doing this. In fact, I kept that thing a secret right until I was laying flooring down.
Yeah.
And somebody knocked on the door like, hey, what's going on here? Like my parents, they must have heard that it was happening, but I was like, I'm going to keep this close to my chest. Not that they wouldn't have been supportive. They were. Like I was surprised, but I was surprised because it was very much am I going to look like a fool for trying this?
Of course you would. And of course you look like a fool if you didn't.
Well, yeah. And we were more worried about what people think versus doing it. Because I did it. It can be done. But why is it that we worry about the judgment of others before we take a risk or try to move forward with our lives? Why? Well, they're not paying my bills.
A lot of people just, they overthink themselves. They think they're going to get judged accordingly, right? Because really, it is a hard thing to reinvent yourself. Now, I like to think of a lot of this stuff as because people take shots at you. People will take shots at you on things. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if they think they know you. It's like the better they know you, the more shots they'll take. And a lot of it, I think, is because everyone sees themselves as the main character in a movie. Okay.
We've gone over this, and this is a really good point. So continue.
Yeah. Everyone feels they're the main character of the movie. Then all of a sudden, you have a secondary character making big changes and changing their story and changing their life. It's like, hold on. You can't do that. I'm the main character.
Yeah, look at me. Look how important I am.
Right? It's like, you don't get to overshadow me. Like, that's my job. But their own insecurities are blocking them.
Yeah, it's like, heaven forbid you do what I don't have the grapes to do.
Exactly.
And I think that when they're the only people truly that matter as far as opinion goes, when it comes to your success or a risk you're going to take. Like, I forget where I heard it. It could have been, who knows who it was that said this. But listen, unless you're paying my bills or sleeping in my bed, I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair way to do it. Your partner, your wife, your husband, whoever it is, you need to care about what they think for sure. And they need to, and hopefully they're supportive.
There's one person who wants you to succeed above all else. Okay.
Your mom?
No.
Your
tax man.
Of course. But
they want you to do so well. They believe in you when you don't.
You know, I'll tell you a story about when one of my friends, his younger brother, was in business class in high school. And I remember he told me this story like a year ago or 2 years ago at a function. And he goes, you realize that I stopped looking at taxes in a completely different light after I talked to your dad. I'm like, my dad? What did he tell you?
Right.
And I guess he was working at Turbo, like at a gas station.
Okay.
And he was complaining because your paycheck was whatever, $150, but like $40 came off for taxes back then, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And my dad looked at me and goes, you know what? I would love to be able to say one day that I paid $1 million in taxes.
Yeah.
He's like, why? He goes, you realize how much money you would have to make to pay that much in taxes?
Yeah.
He goes, at that point, you're not going to care.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool story because it's like, wow.
Yeah.
He never told me that story.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it from a different point of view sometimes, right? Like success is success, and it's going to cost you to be successful.
Here's a perspective that's kind of backwards on the other end of things, because I've talked to a lot of colleagues over the years who, you know, we talk about collecting GST. Right?
Sure.
And they go, I don't collect GST. Like, why do you collect GST? Well, I don't make that much. Like, that's $30,000. You don't make $30,000 in your business? And they're like, well, I don't want to make more than that because I don't want to pay more taxes. It's like, but you're not paying more taxes.
You're just collecting it and then giving it.
You're collecting it and giving it away, and actually you're keeping some of it.
Right. So
because you have your deductions, right?
That's right, because you're registering. Yeah.
So it's amazing how many people, and every year our associations send out messages, make sure you get your GST number. And I'm like, what the heck?
Who doesn't have a GST number if you're in business?
If you're running a legitimate business, why don't you have a GST number? It's like, well, I want to keep it under 30,000 so I don't pay more taxes. It's like, you want to go through your life making less because you just don't want to pay the 5% that you're collecting to the taxman?
That's an excuse. That's not a reason. That's an excuse.
So this is why you don't have nice things.
Well, if you tap the brakes on everything you do, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to be stuck. Yeah. And I think that when you look at the things that drive people to do this is to get ahead. Like, trust me, if you weren't going to get ahead, nobody would start their own business.
Yep. Yep.
Like when they say it must be nice, you try it.
Yep. There's a quote that I heard. It was, and you hear this a lot from people, right? Well, money doesn't buy happiness, right? And the best counter I ever heard to that one was, if you say money doesn't buy happiness, you haven't given enough away yet.
There's a point.
Right?
There's a point. Like, the reality is we have money doesn't solve all your problems, but it definitely helps you sleep at night.
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're swimming in it.
No.
But if you're not stressing about the basics and providing for your family, that's success. And
what's the number one stressor that 3/4 of all North Americans deal with is financial.
100%, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to cost. So you better make sure you're making more than that.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to improve people's health overall, you focus on their wealth. That's the biggest metric that makes the biggest indicating, the biggest mover on the scale as far as overall health. It's giving people more money.
Yeah. So does it buy you happiness? It doesn't buy it, but it definitely makes it easier to enjoy your life. And it doesn't require a pile. Like,
there's a study that talks about how once you reach about $85,000, I believe that's what it was, then people are not quantifiably happier after that point. At that point in time, it's diminishing returns on the amount of happiness that's taken out of your financial growth. Okay. But the big thing they don't take into consideration is after $85,000, it reduces your worry and improves security. So kind of does. It's just not pure happiness.
No, it's just less stress. So if you're, I hate to use the word, the heavy heart, But if your heart and your mind aren't entangled with that being the focus of your everyday, then stress is a real thing. Stress is the sort of thing that'll drive people nuts. It'll put strain on everything from your relationships to your business to just the way you act. Like your whole persona changes when you can relax. And lots of people just they refuse to or can't. Like some people have a spending problem. That's true. Some people have an earning problem. That's true. So if you can navigate that and somehow make it work, you can make it work. Like the reality is you can make it work with very little. It depends what your lifestyle is saying. If you're living the life of someone who's making 100 and you're making 40, that's a problem.
You can't level up your spending when every time you level up your life, right?
No, and treat yourself when you can treat yourself. Don't just keep on spending, right?
Here's a thought experiment for you. Okay, so you see a lot of people with big ass trucks. Like we've talked about this before, right?
Are you making fun of my truck?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Because some people buy the various things for various reasons.
Sure.
Okay. But say you take a brand new truck, right? Big diesel or whatever it is, right?
Again, I have a diesel truck, so
keep
going.
Yours ain't big enough.
It's brand new.
Is it brand new though?
No, I would not buy a brand new diesel. Right? Come on, Jesus.
But there's a lot of them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what would the total annual cost be to own and maintain that, say, $130,000 diesel truck?
You want me to do math right now? This is your
like zone, realistically, buddy. if you think about it, it's like if you're going to finance it, it's what, about $1,500 a month?
Ugh.
Right. Okay. How much gas?
Well, none. It's diesel.
Diesel. Yeah. How much diesel would that be? Yeah.
You would be spending probably, if you're driving a diesel as your day to day, you're going to go through a tank of fuel every week for sure. So that's probably about $140 tank. So let's just make it easy and say $100 a week in fuel.
Okay.
So you're looking at quick math, Jay.
$1,900.
You're at $1,900 with the fuel
plus your insurance.
So it's going to cost you about $2,500. Let's just say
$200.
It's going to cost you about $2,000 a month to drive that diesel to haul nothing but air. Yes.
And let's also look at it this way. Okay. That's post-tax dollars. Okay. And also you got one of those big trucks. That baby's not sitting out in the snow. Right?
No.
You're buying a nice big garage to keep that sucker nice and warm. Okay.
Well, and a couple sleds to have in the back too.
Probably.
So a couple snowmobiles in the back, because what else are you going to haul? Your golf clubs?
So really, even if you say $3,000 a month, right?
Sure.
Just leveling up the lifestyle.
Just for a truck that you're not pulling anything with?
Yeah.
You just have it because you can roll coal? Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
$36,000 post-tax dollars for your toy.
Right?
This is why we can't have nice things, right?
And you're making 60 or 70. Somehow that gets approved. I know.
No, I've had people make fun of me because I drive my little Honda Civic, right?
It fits though, man. If the shoe fits,
right? It's a race rocket. It's perfect, right?
You can say that. I can't say that out loud. I think that's a you thing.
It's a me thing. But I've had guys with big trucks, make fun of me because it's a woman's car. And I'm like, my total car investment after insurance, payments, everything is less than your gas. Diesel.
Yes. Now, but again, if you want it, have it. But don't complain that groceries are expensive when you're spending $3,000 a month on your truck.
Yeah, let's get serious. People have some of these big ass vehicles and they complain about the price of fuel.
We could say that, and I have a 3-quart ton diesel.
Right.
You can say it's better on fuel, but it's not when you're driving in town. Okay. When you're pulling with it, like if I'm pulling with my diesel, it would be equal to a gas half ton empty going down the highway. So that's the only time you're going to see any savings is when you're pulling. But they're cool. I guess they're neat. I'm not the guy that blasts the coal when I'm driving past Dairy Queen, but it's nice to have the power when I need it.
Yeah. So so like you see where my business is, we would get a lot of big trucks right at that red light there. They'd slam on the gas when the light turns green. The gas? Shoot past. Well, the diesel. It doesn't sound right to say slam on the diesel, does it?
No, you just pedal to the metal. rolling coal.
Yeah, rolling coal, and then we would get rocks all over the windshield, all over our windows, slamming against the windows and the door and everything.
And that's nice of them.
And it's like, well, that's precious. Thank
It
you.
is. But I mean, we make excuses, and we somehow justify them because, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll tell you right now, I drive my truck 1% of the time. 1% of the time. I have the car because I'm always driving around. Like I was out of town twice today. I was out of town this morning, and then I was out of town this evening.
You probably didn't take your truck for that one, eh?
No, I drive the car, and when I'm driving around town, I'm driving the car. Like if I was not in real estate, I would not have the car.
Right.
Like if I had a job where you just drove to work and you parked it and then you did your thing and you left, I would just drive the truck because we have the Pathfinder as the family.
Imagine if you had a company car. That'd be even better.
Oh yeah. Those are is it my company? Because it's my company, and I say, well, the company.
No, somebody else's company. Somebody else's company.
You'd be surprised how many times that happens with company cards, and people just drive around all day with.
Happens a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's keep on rolling with this because there's a pile of them. So what do you want to go? Career, personal growth, mental, emotional well-being, health and fitness. Let's go health and fitness.
Oh, we're gonna go there. That's a whole conversation in itself, eh?
Okay, let's get through these first. Starting a business, changing careers.
Yeah. Well, okay. So a lot of people get into that, the golden handcuffs, right? The golden cage.
Absolutely.
And it's a real thing. Like I don't know. This you have to pick a career that is that pays well. Say a teacher or something, right? Or a nurse or whatever. So you got a degree, on it. Like you went and got very educated, 2 degrees potentially, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden you're 37, 40 years old, and you're like, I hate this.
Yeah.
But I can't get out because I've got my pension.
Only 13 years to go.
13 years ago, I've got my benefits, I've got my pension, I've got 2 degrees. And what should you do? Should you go back to school, get another degree so you can do another job you're probably going to hate? Or what should you do, right?
So what would cause more stress? Do you think when we talk about finances and saying, you know what, man, money would help? Would you rather be short on money or in a career that you despise? Which one would be more stressful?
Oh. You know what? I think there would be entirely 2 different levels of stress. And I'm saying that because when my wife was a nurse.
Right.
Okay. So the work stress is very acute. Okay. It only hits you really hard when you're going into work. To be fair, right? You go into your job, you're like, fuck, I hate this. And you leave work, you're like, oh, I'm done for another 8 hours or whatever. But the financial stress, it's chronic. It's there when you wake up. It's there when you go to sleep.
Right. But what I'm saying is that, yes, she had the stress of the job. I'm not talking about the stress of the job. The stress of having that job. That's different. Because you can deal with the stress of the job. Any job you have, you can learn to deal with the stress of that particular career because you become accustomed to it to a point. But if you despise going there, but you've got 14 years left and hey, I've got a pension, I'll
take the pay cut.
Rather be slightly more broke.
Yeah. And that's the risk. Right?
Well, there's no risk. You're guaranteed. You've got a pension coming up. You can just sail through it and hate it every day.
The risk of leaving.
Okay, so what happens if you leave?
Well, a good person again in that conversation is my wife, literally, because she was a nurse for 17 years, hated the job, hated it. Same thing. People are like, you're going to throw away your pension, you're throwing away your degree, you're doing all this sort of thing. And she just went, nope, I'm done. I'm getting out and I'm going to move into massage therapy. Right.
Yep.
And she did. And people said, you're crazy, you're a nut job. Some people said, you're very brave. Good for you. I'm proud of you. That sort of thing. Right.
Right. But I think when you have, it's funny. Is there anybody in chat, guys? We got people here.
I don't see anyone.
I got people on Facebook. Okay, we got it going. I'm just testing it to see what's going on here. Or everybody's just sleeping or watching a football game or something. So, yeah, but I mean, okay, let's go. Hey, Doug. Pot committed on the pension. Pot committed on the pension. POT.
I don't know.
But when you have, there are people are committed to the pension. That's fine. But if the reality is, if you hate it, okay, how about this? Would you? Let's just say she always wanted to be a nurse.
Yep. She did always want to be a nurse.
Okay, but let's let life go by first, and she got into massage therapy first.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, think poker. Betting everything on the pension. I got you. Hey, Patian. Okay, just making sure people are there. I mean, we feel lonely here when no one says anything. So let's just say she was the age she is now. She had been in massage therapy, but man, she always thought about being a nurse. But you get into it knowing that there was not going to be a full pension, but you'd be able to do something that you really wanted to do for a long time.
Right.
Okay. What's the risk at that point?
Well,
would she have become a nurse later in life if she hadn't been there in her youth to become jaded by it? Like if she took her years of life experience, would the average person do it? Like, would you make a career change into something that you thought, wow, I've always wanted to be an astronaut. I'm going to do it now.
Yeah. You could. Not me though. I'm too old and my eyes suck. But they wouldn't trust a Chinese guy like me on the plane anyways.
They need someone for IT.
But a lot of people do. But it's hard. So for Ange, it was, do I want to say a little bit easier because she kind of had an in on a job?
Yeah, I mean, she probably had to apply like anybody else, though.
Yeah. Well, it's like, oh, I don't know if you're quite the right fit,
Yeah, we're looking for somebody with a little more experience.
So, yeah, exactly.
We're going to hire this other guy.
Yeah, we're kind of hoping for men, actually. So, but it's a real thing because, well, how much are pensions even worse?
I have no idea.
I
don't know. I think that when you have it's a percentage of whatever. Like I've never been in a job that had a pension, so beats me. But I mean, even if you started later in life and you ended up with one, great. That's something.
So I asked ChatGPT about this actually. Okay.
Sure.
So I mean, this is, to be fair, like this is chat. Okay. And I don't know a lot of the details. Okay. Mm-hmm. So assuming you start teaching in Manitoba at age 25, full time until 57, right. How much is your pension worth? Okay. So they figure out the calculation here. So you start at 25, teach at 57, it's 32 years of service. Final full-time salary says $90,000. Okay, that's just the example they're using. Sure. Okay, so at $90,000, everything uses the 2% times service times salary. Okay, so pension is equal to 2% times years of service times your average salary. So 2% times 32 times 90,000, which works out to about $57,000 a year.
Right. Okay, so you're getting about 40%.
Yeah.
60%. That's fine. But by the time you're retiring, that should be enough to live off. You should have paid off your house. You should have paid off your debts.
In theory.
Oh, how about leaving a job? This is my aunt. My mom was on this last time. Now my aunt's on there. How about leaving a job because there's no pension at the age of 45 or 50 to realize it's too late? So you leave the no benefit job to desperately find a better paying job, but you love the no benefit job. Here's the thing. If you loved the job, then it would come down to like planning and being able to put something aside for yourself and building it. But to change at 45 or 50, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. People do it. It's crazy. But even if you did go in and you end up with like 60% of a pension or 40% of a pension, it's something. But by then it's going to come down to, paying your debts down and trying to make sure that your cost of living gets lower as your income will eventually diminish because you are retired. Right.
Yeah.
But it's not the same for everybody. I mean, there are people that have great jobs that nobody wants. They do it somehow. And this goes into the next one, asking for a promotion or a raise. Self-doubt or fear of rejection often silence people who deserve more. You can always ask. It's a no unless you ask.
Now the question is, realistically, is how much does a person need to retire?
Depends on how much debt they've accumulated.
Right. So assume even assume minimal debt. What is good? Because like some of the stuff I see is like the 4% rule.
Sure.
Okay. So it's like 4% of your savings, and they'll tell you about how much you're going to be getting annually. So if you have $2 million saved, it allows you to have $80,000 to spend on an annual basis personally.
Right. And that's
Okay.
a very small percentage of people that have $2 million saved.
Absolutely. Like that's a lot of money, right? But I mean, we also have CPP, old age security, and everything that kind of comes into there. But none of that really takes into consideration, cost of living increases, inflationary costs and stuff, which throws a whole ratchet in the works there, right?
It does, but if you can live cheap, you can live cheap and live well.
Yeah.
And I think that if let's just say you had a mortgage, you had a couple car loans, you had all the stuff, you had credit card debt, all these things, and you're getting towards retirement. Your sole purpose at that point in the last 5-6 years of your working life should probably be to hammer down, live cheap, hammer down on any debt and interest that you're paying, and get rid of it. And if you're a good employee, if you're one of those employees that really you're key to being there, like they really need you there, you can ask for a raise. You might get it. It's crazy, but sometimes people
never know.
Get a raise because they deserve it, not because they've been there longer. Because they're like, you know what, we really should be paying this person more because this person is doing the work of 1.5 people, and why not? Right. And you pay your key people more money. You do. Is it fair? I don't care if it's fair.
It's not about fair.
Yeah, if this person next to me sucks and I'm doing 90% of the work that we're supposed to be sharing, I'm not going to feel bad if I take a raise and the other person doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a fairyland of everything is equal for everyone.
It's not.
So we get equal opportunity, not equal outcomes, right?
Exactly. And if you and I both got the same opportunity, yet somehow you ended up excelling in it.
Right.
I'm guessing it'd be something that has to do with numbers. You'd probably excel.
Probably.
And I can't complain if I'm sitting there taking my shoes off to count past 10.
Right.
Like do better, level yourself up a little bit, which goes to the next thing. This is actually really good because I've got so many points that we can make with people talking themselves out of shit, saying, well, I can't. Going back to school. At what age is it too late?
Well, okay. So
why would a person not go back to school?
I think some of the biggest things when it comes to people going back to school is you have to take into consideration the return on investment for one thing, So, I mean, if you're 40 years old going back to school, that's one thing. If you're 60 years old going back to school for a new career, that's a little bit tougher. We got to look at the return on investment is what's your outcome? How much longer, say like if you're like our age, 47, to retrain into a new career, it's like, well, we're going to have 13 to 15 to 17 more years of work, right?
I'm 49. Can you imagine me training for a new career?
Right, that'd be ridiculous.
Insanity.
It's crazy. It'd be like a movie, right, or a TV show at least.
Right.
Hang
on. I gotta find my. I have to pour myself another one.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, but it's never too late. Here's the thing: if the opportunity is there. What if you could do something you've kind of dreamt of doing, and it's later in life, okay? If you have the opportunity to do it, and you say, you know what, screw it, I'm doing this because, and knowing that you could do it is big.
Right.
Oh,
that's fair.
Dr. Cava.
What?
Dr.
Cava. Yeah, there we go.
I remember him from the gym way back in the day.
Yeah.
Like from Fitness Quest, right?
Yeah. Chiropractor.
Chiropractor.
Yeah. Good to see you.
It is.
And one of the best things I ever taught is salary is like a drug. Give you so you can forget about your dreams and start building somebody else's dream. Yep. It's true, right? So I thought I smelled something. Somebody farted here.
Thank you, Strad 247.
Thanks for the too much information.
That's fantastic. You know what? It's healthy, it's natural, and we're all in this together. And getting a pension. Yeah, you get a pension. But I mean, let's just say you for some crazy reason, you decide you're going to do it at 50. You're going to change and you're going to take whatever course you have to take and you're going to go for it. And you've got 10 or maybe 15 years in said career. But damn it, you've always wanted to do it.
Right.
You're now in a position where you could do it. Even if it's shorter, it's not a 30-year career. It's a 15-year career or a 12-year career. But the satisfaction you get out of doing it, that's worth something, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, it doesn't always have to be some observed metric to be success, right?
No, But I mean, we hold ourselves back and say, well, I really shouldn't. Plus, your friends, family, people that you know are going to think you're insane for trying to make a change at the ripe age of 50 or 45 or whatever it is. Well,
right.
You don't have to do it. I'm going to do it. That's fine.
Now, I think when it comes to going back to school, I think I'm trying to find out here, but I had thought that some universities actually gave a discount to senior citizens.
Like a senior discount?
Yeah, there's a seniors discount. So, like there are different ones where tuition is they get waivers for it, so a reduced amount of tuition at various universities. Now that doesn't cover like a lot of the ancillary fees and such, like materials, books,
right.
lab fees, but it sure looks like some of them can get a discount from domestic students on various tuition that they may take. So that helps, and it also keeps people younger by continuing to learn for a longer basis.
Okay, so based on that, let's just say I'm 65 or I'm 60.
Yeah.
I'm 65 and I've retired.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to write a book.
Right.
But I was always a factory worker or whatever. I don't have the maybe I don't have the skill set because I worked with my hands to write a book.
Right.
And I'm going to go to school to learn how to be a writer.
Yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You look like I guess it. Well, I guess it depends what you're gonna take, because it's a common course for a lot of people to go to school to learn how to be a writer. And they take English courses, and it essentially damages or kills a lot of their dreams.
Oh yeah, whatever you're thinking was a bad idea. So don't write that down.
So like a lot of people will, like some of the authors of their fiction writers, they say if you're going to go to school to learn how to write, don't go to school to learn history, because that's where all the good stories are.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right. This goes down to learning a new skill or language.
Yes.
What did you learn today?
What did I learn today? I always learned something.
I think we should be in a constant state of learning.
But thinking back of what did I actually do today is actually tricky. I learned how to write 6-page letters to workers' compensation. Things like that. I learned how to fill in the blanks when it came to medical reports. How's that for an answer?
Okay, that's something I learned today. I was a journaler, and I really believe in journaling. I think that's really healthy. But it's scattered sometimes. I just wanted to figure out what's a better format for me to do this in. Yeah. So when I was driving out of town, I was listening to better ways of formatting your personal journal.
Okay.
So I learned something today. Like how,
what way did you learn?
So you want to divide it into categories of conversation with yourself,
right?
Versus just the date and then Dear Diary, right?
Yeah.
You could do that too. Like you could put that in, but have bullet points that you want to touch on that are going to help you with your life as you go through, and add to that, and then have that as a headline on each page.
So you're looking at the bullet journal style.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, you fill it in. You have this, like maybe a week goes by where you're Dear Diary, but then you have here's what I want to reflect on. Here's what I want to improve on. Here's where I'm lacking. What could be better if I did this? And I believe that journaling is one of the best things you can do.
Yep, I agree with that.
The best way to, again, lots of people have different ways of dealing with things.
Yep.
But I think that if you write it down, you're accountable.
Yeah.
And I kind of laxed on it a bit. And you're going to see it, like any mistakes you make, anytime you trip. I need to write that down and realize that, I shouldn't have done that. And when I go to read back, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I got to stop doing that because I keep on doing this, and then move forward. So I think we can all learn. I think we should learn how to read. Let's keep on going here. Public speaking or writing, fear of judgment, not being good enough keeps many from sharing their voice.
So a lot of people really have it's spotlight effect for one, right? Sure. Which is they have the feeling like there's a spotlight on them and they're on the stage and everyone's staring at them. Then there's the imposter syndrome, where everyone feels like they're a fraud and they shouldn't be here, right? Somebody's going to find out, right?
Right.
So, and it's interesting dilemmas. Spotlight effect is, I find, the weirdest one, because
did I lose you for a second?
Lost your mic there. Disconnected there. So I'm going to be on stage. Spotlight's going to be on me, and everyone's going to be staring at me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also inversely, that's the point. If you have something to say, right? You're supposed to be doing that. So it's a self-fulfilling fear, right?
Public speaking is a hell of a thing. And I am, I don't want to say I'm terrible at it, but you always feel that way, right? Like I've emceed events. I do that. I never feel like I'm doing it right ever. Right. Like, are you sure you want me back? Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. This is different. Like what we do here, you and I are having a conversation and there's people listening to us talk.
Yeah.
But still, even doing something like this is nerve wracking for a lot of people. They won't jump in because they're worried that everybody's watching you. Well, they kind of are.
Yep.
However, we can mute the chat and delete people like quick. That's easy.
Yeah.
So I never really worry about the chat, although I appreciate the chat. But if someone's being a tool, bye.
Yeah. There was a discussion I had with a coach once, and he said, you know, what's your hang up about doing more videos, right? And I said, well, it's the same thing, you know, it's just those personal fears, you know, like people are going to laugh at you, they're going to look at you, they're going to judge you, that sort of thing, right? And he goes, well, do you want me to make you feel better? I said, sure. I was like, what do you want? What are you going to say to help me get over that? He says, do you really think anyone's actually going to watch you?
Well, there's that.
It's like, hey, now that kind of hurts. I'm like, so what is it that you want? Do you want people to watch you or not?
Well,
okay, it's a good point.
It's a good point, but I mean, even with this, and I was at this barbecue on Wednesday. It was a back to school thing, and I had a few people come up to me like, "Yeah, we were watching your live stream." Like, people are watching this?
Yeah, right.
Like, okay, like it's easy talking to you when I assume nobody's really there, but people do for some sure. And thank you guys, everybody, for whoever pops on and says hi and hangs out for whatever nonsense we're going to spit about. But people do. And I think that lots of people know us, so they get to sort of look at our lives without our professional, whatever you want to call it, in front of us.
That's the thing, because we both have a little bit of a professional lifestyle in which
absolutely. What's wrong with your thing?
I don't know.
Suddenly it sounds a lot better.
There we go. Good. Perfect.
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Yeah.
We have this professional lifestyle.
More gooder. It's more gooder. Oh, that's because it's okay. Let's see if that works at all. So you have professional lifestyle, and you can act and behave in certain ways, and you're expected to act in certain ways when you're in your professional setting.
For sure.
Right? But if you're doing it just a casually or whatever it might be, you could be an entirely different person, right?
Well, and I mean, there are some people that are defined by the work that they do.
Yeah.
I'm a blank. Great.
Yes. Exactly.
What do you like as a human being?
Yeah. Well, I mean, therein lies the other problem. Is like we really need to start moving past the whole thing of our identity being defined about what our career is or what our job is, because you're a barber and a real estate agent, but you're a lot more, and that's just a very superficial view from one perspective, right?
Well, and I think if people like whoever knows me, they know me, and they know that my business, my career is this part of me, and then there's this part of me, which is pretty laid back. But when I'm in professional mode, I'm as serious as a heart attack. Like, here's how we do this. This is why we do it this way. And I will go through all the legalese of everything we were doing and explain everything to you word for word, because that's my job. Yep. Now, when I'm standing behind my chair, that's different. We're pretty laid back, but I'm still making sure I'm doing a good job too. Like, it's different, right? But there are people that like, hound on sales guys, but some people are in sales, and that's fine. I am too. I mean, I represent clients, but if every time I see you, you're trying to sell me something, please. I know that you sell whatever. I don't need it. Yeah, if I want it, I will tell. Trust me, if I need it, you're the first person I'm calling to buy it. Right. But exactly. It's not every day.
Well, and that's a lot of things, because for some people, they don't. It's almost like everything blends in too much, right? And they're always on. And I'm sure you see that with real estate agents where they're on 24/7, right?
Of course.
You're at their kid's birthday party, their kid's bar mitzvah, and they pick up a phone and they're doing a deal or something.
Oh, the cheesiest thing I've ever seen was a business card in a birthday invitation.
Okay.
Dude, what are you doing?
I can think of the worst the lowest place for a business card?
Funeral.
Oh, that's pretty bad. That's a good one.
That's real bad.
Yeah, that's bad, especially if you sell cars or Cadillacs, right?
Yeah.
The worst place I've ever seen, at the top of the urinal.
Oh, that advertisement.
That old tricks. No, just like a business card sitting right on the urinal.
I'm not grabbing that business card.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? That's just, to me, that's like the lowest form of marketing. But somebody's going to get it.
You know what's funny? Like, we all have business cards, right?
Yeah.
And my whole thing is nobody wants my card.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a card.
Yeah.
But I'm a pen snob, and I get really nice pens made.
Yeah.
I'll give you the pen. Why? Because you're not throwing the pen away.
Yeah.
Because it's a really good pen. It's
because people will steal it. They will fight for those pens.
Dude, at the campground, I give them fistfuls of my pens at the beginning of the year, and they're like, people steal our pens. I'm like, thank you. That's what I want. No one's stealing my business card, because guess what? I have my business card in their business card holder, because they have these 8-slot business card holders. My business cards are there.
Yeah.
Maybe some people have taken my card, but I'll guarantee you they've all taken my pens.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Before COVID, we used to use a lot of business cards, but even then, we saw the decline of business cards from our profession. Okay, then COVID came, and nobody wanted a business card, right? Like you couldn't give one away because it was verboten at that point in time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But over the last year and a half, we're going through more business cards now than we have for years.
Really?
Yeah. And one of the big reasons why, I think, is because we actually put QR codes on it.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's just really easy for connectability to a booking site. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I probably have a QR code for my site. I just never looked it up, and I'm not public. I'm private, so I don't need that to be out there.
Yeah.
So here's
actually, hey, sorry, I'm going to interrupt.
Yeah,
QR codes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense for you to put that on houses you list?
So when you're driving by, you have to scan it from your car?
You can scan it, and then you can see all the details of the house as you're driving by.
That's a thing.
I get the whole thing. You want them to call you to get the details, but also a lot of people are just like silent shopping before they jump into it, right?
I believe there are some people that do that. In my brain, I always think if you're driving by and you're scanning my QR code and you crash into somebody, I'm going to feel like a real dirk. Yeah,
but people also walk. If they're going to walk the neighborhood, if people are looking at the neighborhood, they'll walk the neighborhood.
That's a good idea. You'd have to change your QR code for every sign you put up.
Yeah.
So it would have to be a decal that you'd be able to change.
Well, that's easy to do too.
That is easy to do.
I don't know. I don't know if that's of any value, but
everything is a value. That's the thing. There are no bad ideas. I think that's a great idea. I
think there are some bad ideas out there, but
bad ideas.
Bad ideas. The money is in the banana stand, right?
The money was in the banana stand. We know that one.
Yeah.
Let's keep. There's so many things that people talk themselves out of that it's detrimental to your health.
Yeah.
One, therapy or self-help.
Oh yeah. Shelf help.
Right? Shelf help or therapy.
Yeah.
Now, I am a huge advocate for both. I think both have. You don't know until you do it, right?
Yep.
And when you look at therapy, it's somebody that's a soundboard, which could be what my chair is sometimes. Get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out. Because the more you bottle it up, the shittier it gets.
Yeah.
And self-help. I mean, I read no fiction. I'll read self-help. I listen to self-help podcasts. I listen to self-help speakers. I self-help books. Why? Because I know that I am far from perfect, and I can improve in a lot of areas of my life.
Yep. And getting that reaffirmation on a continual basis is important, because that's the best way to educate your brain to get over some of the negative signals that have accumulated over the years, is just constantly getting that record rewritten, re-scratching the record.
Well, and I believe that no matter what problems you're having, whatever you think has not been covered, I will guarantee everybody here in chat that if you go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any of these, you type that in, there is somebody who has 100 episodes on exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
And you can sit there and listen to it and be like, oh, you're right. Yep. I am kind of a dick. maybe I need to change that.
Yeah. Maybe it isn't my friends, my family, my wife, my kids that they're the dick. Maybe it's me.
You know what? I was listening to a guy and he said, you know, you got to stop externalizing your bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's no one's fault that you feel the way you do. It's you.
Yeah.
You are in control of your emotions and your emotions are true, but how you react to your emotions is completely on you. Yeah. I can't say I'm mad. Okay, I could be mad at somebody for something that they did. Okay, I could be pissed off. But it's how I react to not that person.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If I'm pissed off at you because that person pissed me off, I got to give my head a shake.
Well, that's the thing is we create our own realities of the situation, and quite often the reality isn't what other people's reality is, right?
Right.
So it changes. It's variable.
It is, and someone else's point of view is different than yours. You're seeing it from like this person pissed me off, and that other person's like. Some people do. Some people are just ignorant and disrespectful.
Yeah, some people just got to watch the world burn a little bit, you know?
Some people love to watch the world burn. But I mean, but people won't do it. People won't just like in the privacy of your own headset, they won't just seek out some sort of self-help that could get them through the day or at least make them realize that maybe they could change quite easily without a third party involved, right?
Yeah.
But they don't do it. Like I won't do it. Nope. No, I don't.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Right? I've had many people in my chair over the years, and believe it or not, some where the relationship's falling apart. It's falling. I'm done. I'm like, have you guys talked to anybody about this? Yeah. Who's there to talk to? I'm like, a referee between the two makes sense.
Yeah, let's start with the letter A and look in the phone book for counselors, right?
Right. Find somebody and chit chat about it. I mean, it's not a bad thing to get somebody to talk to you.
You know, when I started my business, started doing massage therapy, I was not very busy. I mean, imagine that. You start a business, you have no business, right? Because nobody knows you exist. Yeah. And I remember, you know, because you always get into that self-doubt of, you know, what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm sitting in the room going, God, you know, like there's all these people, you know, other professionals. I know them. I've reached out to them. I've contacted them. Why are they not referring to me for a massage, right? What the hell is going on? Why am I not getting these referrals? And I still remember going, you know, like, where did that come from? Why am I blaming other people because I'm not busy?
Well, because you assume that your best friends are going to be the ones that are going to be referring you.
Well, you like to think that anyways, but you forget. But people are just busy in their own world too. So at that point in time, I was like, okay, guess I'm going to start looking at things differently. And that's when I really started shifting from, you know, let's talk to more therapists and network with therapists and try to be a better therapist to, okay, let's start talking to business people. Right.
Yep.
And like one of the first business guys I really talked to about this sort of thing was, remember Martin that owned Little Italy Pizza?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy who got me geared into Brian Tracy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like I bought the first Brian Tracy stuff on eBay. It was cassette tapes.
Okay.
And I didn't even think about it. I got them. I'm like, I can't listen to them.
No, it's pretty old school.
I had to go find some used Walkman to be able to use it.
Yeah. But I mean, you did it. You figured it out and you did it. But people will just stop and say, no, it's too hard. I don't have a cassette player. Well, find one. There's one at every pawn shop or
that's the thing.
Secondhand store.
There's a million ways to do things.
Another thing people won't do, Matt, the list of things people will not do is nuts. Setting boundaries.
Oh God, no. Yeah, exactly. You know, like you can see that everywhere where people just get walked over. On something. And it's like, why are you letting people talk to you that way? Well, you know, like it's not their fault. And it's like, why are you defending them?
It is their fault. Listen, like, if I'm being a complete asshole to you, that's my fault. I'm the guy that's doing it. Yeah.
It's why are you taking don't take those punches.
I don't get it. Like, but we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Now you either push past it and say, piss on it. Like, I'm going to deal with this, or you don't, and then you wallow in it.
Well, what's the worst thing? What's the worst thing that would happen if you put up a boundary around another guy?
I don't know.
You get punched. That's the worst.
Maybe.
You get hit.
I don't think people do that as much anymore as they used to.
They should.
Oh, for sure.
That's one hell of a boundary.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's for boundaries, I think that different people there's different boundaries that people. Oh, gossip session. Yeah, kind of. I think that when you have a relationship without boundaries, then the relationship will eventually crumble. Right? Like, again, you could have a wide open. I would say that our relationships with our partners, our wives, are pretty. There's not a lot of boundaries there. It's that. It's the external ones where, let's just say you have a buddy that just keeps on coming over every Friday out of habit, and you don't have the balls to say, dude, we're having dinner. Yeah, what's for dinner? Like, boundaries. You have to have boundaries.
You always have to have that one guy who's the uninvited guest about every little thing possible, right?
Well, Kramer and Jerry.
Yeah.
Great example.
Yeah.
Actually, Jerry had no boundaries on his friends. They just walked into his apartment no matter what was going on.
Yeah.
And he can't get annoyed with Kramer when he's going in there and eating his cereal.
Exactly.
Because he lets him do it.
If you don't, you've done it for seasons. Why would you change?
I know. But yeah. Letting go of toxic relationships.
Yeah.
They just can't stop it.
Yeah.
Whether it's a romantic relationship that's toxic, or you got that friend that's just drags you down, man. Like, what was it? If you hang out with 5 billionaires, you'll be the 6th.
Yeah.
If you hang around with
some of the 4 people you associate with the most, so.
Right. But if you hang out with 5 losers, you'll be the 6th.
Yeah. Very true.
So why do we hang out with the losers? Like, where's the comfort in that?
So, okay, there's a good answer that I think, from what I've experienced is, okay, so how many of your friends from high school do you talk to on a regular basis?
One, and not that regular.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I talk to very few of I can't think of any high school friends really that I talk to. I'll talk to people that I knew in high school, but they weren't my friends in high school. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the weird thing. But sometimes you just hold on to them for nostalgic purposes.
Well, I'd say
we were such good friends for a long time. I hate to say goodbye to them, right?
It's hard, but I mean, like, I got a buddy who I've been friends with since I was 12. Like, we're friends. We see each other maybe twice a year, but we're friends. Yeah. We're good buddies. Like, he's like my brother. But he's got a busy life and I've got a busy life, and my social network is very tiny, and my social outings are very few.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he called me up tomorrow and was like, "Hey, dude, I need to hand," I'm there, 100%.
I've got this body,
Yeah, you got a shovel and some lime. Yeah. What for? Don't ask questions. I need your truck.
Lime and no questions. Yeah.
I need your truck.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to fire up the truck again. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now we're moving on to health and fitness. Getting in shape. I'll start Monday because it becomes the mantra of procrastination.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of fears that people have when it comes to working out. The first one is always afraid of being hurt, afraid of getting hurt, and embarrassment, judgment, right?
Right.
People don't want to get hurt, physically, mentally, emotionally. My dog wants up. So, right. So that's a very real thing. And, when it comes to getting physically hurt, I tell people, don't worry, you will.
So I'm a ripped Giga Chad. There you go.
Now we know how old they are.
Right. But no, here's the thing. And this is what I used to hear again when I was a trainer. Usually it was ladies. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get big and bulky. I'm like, listen, if I can't get big and bulky by trying to get big and bulky, you're not going to accidentally get big and bulky. That's a very weak excuse.
Yeah. And you know what? And the other thing is, it doesn't sneak up on you.
No.
You're going to see it coming. It's like, whoa, what the hell? I'm too huge.
I'll admit, I sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, oh, shit, my arm's a little bigger. Yeah. I've got a little more of a definition here. I'm like, that's a nice surprise.
That's a nice surprise.
It's a nice surprise. But I mean, do I expect it? No. It's great when it happens.
Well, because I was doing the dog crap for like months, right? The dog crap workout, right?
What's the dog crap? Oh, Jayon, here's one for you. What are your opinions on Tai Chi for 55 plus people? I'm asking the Asian.
For what purposes? Is it like for mental well-being, breathing, that sort of thing is fantastic. If for weight bearing, for bone density and muscle density, not so good.
What about self-defense? Isn't it a fighting style?
No.
I thought it was a martial
No,
art.
it is a martial art, but martial arts aren't always for fighting.
What? I thought it was
Yes.
all pure violence all the time.
No. Come on. We're not that violent people.
Wasn't there a movie, like a Tai Chi man movie?
Yeah, it's Tai Chi Master.
Tai Chi Master, but somehow he kicked ass and
he was very violent, yeah.
Didn't bother taking names.
Yeah. That's Jackie Chan.
Of course it was Jackie Chan.
It was Jackie Chan.
So yeah, I'll start money. And the gym or any kind of physical activity, the reality is you can start by going for a walk. I can't do. Yes, you can. You can go for a walk.
Yeah.
Because doing something is better than doing nothing. And once you do something, your body's going to react to that in generally a positive light.
Yeah.
I've never seen an excuse for health for working out unless you're physically unable to do it. I understand that. And there are people where you physically cannot do the actions. There's something you can do, maybe not a lot. But when I look at anybody that says, I just don't have time to go to the gym, I can't. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Look at your phone.
Yeah.
And see how much time you spend, or look at your phone and see how much time are you flipping through TikTok or even wasting your time watching us idiots do this. Well, you can do that on a treadmill. You can do that on an elliptical. You can do that while you're getting a bit of a workout, and you could listen to a podcast while you're walking.
Very few people legitimately do not have time to work out. If you do not have time to do 30 minutes 3 times a week, you need to do an hour 3 times a week. Right?
Hey, AC's back. Yeah, why am I wasting time with these days? I don't know, man. Like, hop off.
I don't know. Why are you here?
Okay.
I mean,
AC,
thanks for stopping in. That's cool.
And now, AC, I'm going to. This is going to sound bad. Sometimes I'll check out profiles of people that are chatting online with us, and she seems very interesting. I think she'd be very interesting to have here one day and enlighten us a little bit on what she does, because she seems to be quite interesting. I think it'd be awesome to have you on one of these days. But she also engages with us in the chat, which is lovely. You just have to start. It's a habit. You create new habits. It is creating a new habit. And here's the thing. It takes a long time to start a habit. You cannot become, and I said this a while ago, you're not going to become an alcoholic by drinking one night. It takes a while.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of dedication to booze to become an alcoholic. So nothing's
Do you know how long it takes to create a habit?
28 days?
No.
It has to be longer than that. It just doesn't seem like 28 days is enough.
82
days.
I think that was their data was. On average was between 18 to 254. Average time was about 66. Okay. So I remember reading an article talking about why is it 28 days? Because people say 28 days. And I've had arguments with that one because everyone says it, right?
What if that's how long it takes to break a habit?
No, this came from a doctor who was researching amputees. Okay.
Oh.
And he found on average it took people 28 days to kind of get over the loss of a limb, like to come to reconcile with it, with the fact it was gone. Yeah. So he figured, well, I mean, that's pretty traumatic. So obviously it's like 28 days to make new patterns. And somehow that got misconstrued by personal self-help gurus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded really good and made sensible. It wasn't too long, and it was a good number. So 28 days to change a habit. In reality, it's a lot more, but this is marketable.
Well, it's because it's simple. It's 4 weeks. Yeah. So AC says she's stuck at her desk the last while. Bands are great. Bands are fantastic. It's a bit of resistance. It's something.
I hate them. I hate those things. Why? Are you serious? Like, okay, so depends. If you're using the high quality ones, like the powerlifting ones, those are good. They're useful. They have some function. Okay. Mm-hmm. Those really thin physio bands, they snap. You ever being whipped in the face by one of those suckers?
Yeah. And it wasn't because it broke. It's because I let go of one end of it and it smacked me right in the face. Yes.
Yeah. I've been smacked in the face because I tore one and it whipped. I was doing like external rotations for the shoulders and it snapped, whipped right around my head and across the face.
Well, you are incredibly strong, so I can
yeah,
understand how that could happen.
yeah,
Used to hate them too, but here's the thing: if it's what you, here, there's a prime example where AC is saying, "I'm stuck at a desk," which would be
yep.
an excuse.
That
Okay,
is true. Yep.
but she's figuring out a way to do something to get a little bit of physical activity in.
Mhm.
There is the when I'm stuck at a desk. Yeah. Did you have oil on your skin?
Nope.
Oh, that'll break it down.
It does, but nope, that wasn't the case. It was just there. A lot of those are not really well designed for some of the tensile strength. You can't push them too long, right?
And I'm guessing sesame oil is different than the oils that we
Very much
the
so.
rest of us
Yep.
use. Yes, or
Yep.
soy sauce. But no, I think that again. But there's your oil will eat the rubber. But
Yep.
she makes a good point. Like she has every excuse to not do any kind of physical activity because she's behind a desk. However,
Yeah.
she's figuring out a way to do something, which is always better than nothing. Kelsey got a stand-up desk where she is. Like
Right.
she kind of said, "Hey, sitting down sucks," so she has a stand-up thing right now.
Yeah.
That helps. Standing
Yeah.
instead of sitting all the time. I was at a it was who was it? It was the IATSE office in Winnipeg, which is like it's for film, like the crew.
Okay.
The crew side of it is IATSE. And this dude's office, his computer is on a treadmill.
Yes. Yeah.
All the time. He's walking on a treadmill while he's talking on the
Yeah.
phone. He's walking on the treadmill and he's got like a mouse pad thing to the side.
Yeah.
And he just does his thing and he walks.
Yeah.
Or he stands. He turns it off and just stands there.
Like, why not?
Genius. If school let you if school let us stand in class, we wouldn't be fat.
Well, they do. Most schools now are pretty progressive in that, like especially when like my kids' school, they move around and such. And even when I was in school, our school policy was, get up, move around, leave if you want. I don't care. So we would just kind of do whatever we wanted.
Yeah, back when I was in school, if the teacher, if they put your heads down on your desk while I go out, the teacher had to leave the room for a minute. Everyone put your heads down on the desk. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Another girl at research with, she has a treadmill walk thing at her desk. I think that's a good idea. Like it's not a bad idea if you would be considered.
So did I tell you about the workout I was doing for the
sedentary job, and you can?
Oh, we lost you there. Sorry, you're cutting in. Nope, there.
Really?
There we go.
I had an instability issue there for a second.
Yeah.
But if they can
happens to
facilitate
the best
that,
of us.
Yeah, and you can ask for that. Again, it's a no unless you ask. So if you're sitting at a desk all day long and you're a key person or whatever, or just an employee who does a lot of work there, you say, hey, what are the chances we could get a treadmill or something for me to stand? Be hard pressed for them to say no, because it would only make you more comfortable and more productive at work. Yeah. Again, not everybody's going to do it. I'm just saying it's not a terrible thing to say, hey, this seems to be a good idea. This person seems to enjoy it. And I'm sitting here all day. And unless you want my hips to get out of place, because that'll happen from sitting on a desk all day, maybe do it.
Did I tell you about the workout I've been doing for the past 8 weeks? I had to dog crap before, but I switched it as take a break. Instead of doing high intensity, I was doing still high intensity, but a little more volume. Okay. I switched things over to a modified Mike Menster HIIT workout.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
Yep.
So it was, you do your warm up, say you're doing isolation based exercise on your pec. So you're doing a chest cable fly or pec deck.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do your warm up, then you do a set to 15 or failure. Okay. And immediately go over to heavy bench press. And you go to failure. Okay.
Yeah.
So doing upper body workouts, so be chest, back, shoulders, triceps for upper body, and biceps, legs, calves, and abs on lower body. Okay. So
you split your workouts weird, man.
Yeah. No, nobody likes to do leg day, but you like doing bicep day.
I do leg day. But I don't split it like that. Like I do leg day, arm day, shoulder day, chest day, back day, stretch day.
Okay.
Ab day, HIIT day. So I have this whole thing.
Oh, I don't work out that much. But total amount of workout time per workout is 30 minutes, at max 35.
And everybody has half an hour.
Yeah. And this is when you're doing the bench press, it's you're going as hard as you can to failure, right? And then I do a force rep after that too. So it's crazy. See, told you they were young. So
Oh, that's Mason from the campground. Hey, Mason, I'll tell Gage that you're on.
Yeah, nice. There you go.
Fun big skibbity toilets and be sick. I don't even know what that means because I'm old.
Don't worry about it.
So
don't worry about it.
Let's go to the next. AC said something. We're talking about habits and breaking them or creating them. Quitting smoking or drinking.
So
a belief that it's too hard or too late keeps people stuck.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that it's easier to not do something than to do something. It takes effort to do something.
Yeah.
But I've never had much of an addiction.
So I asked ChatGPT, why is it hard to keep good habits, but easy to keep bad habits?
Okay.
Comes down to our brains are wired for reward, effort, and threat. Okay. Number one, the immediate reward versus delayed payoff. Bad habits give you a quick hit of pleasure. Good habits often feel like a delayed payoff. You don't feel like a big win for a long time. Okay. Number two, energy conservation. Conserve energy whenever possible. Okay. New habits require more cognitive energy, and automatic ones just run an autopilot. Okay.
Right.
Number three, stress and emotion loops. When you're tired, stressed, or emotional, the brain defaults to familiar comfort patterns. Healthy habits require calm, intentional mindset, so harder to access. Okay.
Right.
Four, identity and environment. Habits are tied to your identity. They stick better than the ones that are based on willpower alone. So your environment matters, cues and stuff. So if you say, I am a smoker, that's your identity. Okay.
Right.
Where if you say, I am not a smoker any longer, that changes your identity, but it's a new one that has to be ingrained. And
but if finally,
sorry, go ahead.
But if I say I'm quitting, not I quit. If I say I'm quitting, you haven't quit yet. You're still a smoker.
Exactly. You have to say, I am no longer a smoker. I quit smoking.
Right.
The difference. And the last one was feedback speed. The habit's consequence is far away, like cholesterol levels or long-term strength. It doesn't shape behavior as strongly as a clear instant signal. Sugar rush, dopamine, nicotine rush, right?
Right.
So it's actually pretty logical.
Well, and I think that the pleasure we get from bad habits is instantaneous. And I get it. Like, we like to have a drink. We like to smoke. You eat a salad. It's not like you're going to check yourself out in the mirror that night because you had a salad instead of a burrito.
Oh, hey, Ram G, Raja. Ram G, back to you.
Right. Okay.
Eating saying better. Hi. That's a friendly greeting.
Is it?
It is a friendly greeting. Yeah.
Okay. Eating better. Perfectionism often sabotages the process. One slip up leads to total abandonment. Okay, I can speak to that one.
Yeah.
So we all know that I was fat back in the day.
Yeah.
Like fat. I was a big, fat, chubby, fat guy.
Dr. Mayonnaise here.
Right. So eating better was hard because you're so used to eating crap. And guess what? It's easier to eat garbage than to prep a meal. And to break out of that habit is super, super hard. But once you do it and you're right. The delay is the problem because I really wanted to eat that bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
But I should probably just have some vegetables.
Yeah.
And it took 12 days for me to feel better about how I was eating.
Yeah.
And then the rewards came. Having a conversation with one of my friends and I asked him, what defines you? He responded, nothing. The definition excludes the possibility of change. This is one of the best responses I've ever received on any of my questions. It is hard to define yourself, but some people will use their profession as their definition.
Yes.
Which is insanity.
Yeah.
Because
or worse, they'll use their pathologies.
Explain.
Right. So I've had clients, before I even really, the example is we were doing some massage at the cruise night years and years ago. Okay. And while we're working there, I could see this lady kind of peeking over the shoulder, poking around. She had the very quantifiable look of like someone, like fibromyalgia, like, okay.
Yeah.
It was just there's a look. Okay. And I get it. It's stereotyping, but it's true. And so I turned around, I looked at her, and said, hi, my name is John. What's yours? And then she goes, oh, I've got fibromyalgia. And I was like, uh-oh, not coming back from that one. Right. I never got her name. I just got her pathology.
Right. And there are people that define themselves by that. And yeah, who you are when you're not in your profession, degrees, or titles. I would say here's where our kids shine through. Okay. I'd be willing to bet if you have young children, they could define mom or dad without what they do. And they would say, dad is this, mom is this.
But they do it better with their art.
Yep. You're right.
Because it's hard to put those things to words, but they could draw it.
Well, and I believe that kids see through the bullshit where adults for some reason respect the bullshit.
Yep. Yep.
It defines how much respect you're going to give the person. Somehow it's like, I would say, let's just say you had a parent who's in a wheelchair and defines themselves as being paralyzed. Okay. Their child probably wouldn't define them as that.
No.
The child say, yeah, my dad is an awesome gamer. He likes to play with me. He plays with me. He would say he plays with me, but you would be like, well, what do you mean? He's in a wheelchair. I bet he throws a ball. I bet he does this. But your kids will see who you are truly.
Yeah, they don't see who you aren't. Yeah.
Right. And for some reason, oh, Canadian Ape, how's it going, buddy? TikTok.
So here's the fun thing with my daughter. Okay. So in our, like, she's 13 right now. So she's old, right? But this would have been when Ange was in school for massage. So this would be 2018. So 7 years ago, she was 6. Okay. And she comes up to me one day. Ange is in school. And she says proudly, Mama's at school. I said, you're right. Yep. Your mom's at school.
Yep.
Mama's going to be a massage therapist.
Yep.
Okay. So I said to her, you're right. You're absolutely right. Did you know your daddy's a massage therapist too? And she got mad. She started screaming, no, you're not a massage therapist. You have your business.
Right. Yeah. Your business. Hey, I don't think my kids have any idea exactly what I do all day.
Why would they know what we do?
We don't talk about it with them.
Right.
Oh, hang on. Let's say you lost everything tomorrow. Hypothetically, lost your job, lost your friends because you lost your job, lost your relationships because you had worked so much and have no job, lost your home, lost your finances. Who are you?
Hey, Dogman's back.
Okay, this is making sense now. At least someone's watching. Who are you? If you lose what you, it depends. Did you let that define you the whole time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say it's hard to define. I believe that if you wanted the most honest opinion on who you are, you would ask your child.
Yeah.
And they would be, Dogman is a great cartoon. My kids love it.
Yeah.
So, Ethel, your personality, my aunt, your personality defines you, not your job. I would like to think that the way we act is kind of who we are, right? Like if you're a genuinely kind person, that should be it.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Yeah. There you
go. There's a lot of things that can define a person. I think that, like, Jay, if I were to define Jay, okay, let's play this little, let's play this game for a hot second. My mother, who am I?
No, let's not play that game. Let's walk away. So
who am I? How would I define my mother?
So Alyssa's right. Identity really is freedom through through non-identification, by not having identity or that sort of thing. But I mean, we're getting a little into Buddhism and stuff, right? Getting into philosophy, and Bruce Lee said it best. When be water, my friend, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do something here.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Do you know Dogman is basically RoboCop for kids?
Yeah, you're right. I need to go back to this thing with definition. I'm gonna pop into what my mom asked. Who am I? If I had to define my mother,
no, the Dogman did not give the panda the Kung Fu scroll.
Okay, we're getting off topic
here, guys. Like, come on.
Read the room.
Know that.
Read the room, guys. So, if I had to find my mom, tough but caring, tough and loving. She was. My mother is very incredibly strong, insanely independent, caring but not coddling. And I think that the caring but not coddling made me who I am. I think that did a lot for me, because if I was, I believe that if I was doted on my entire life, I would be a different human being. So I define my mother as that. Thanks, Mom, for putting me on the spot. Jeez.
Yeah. So MXVT, most through was talking about Dogman. Well, that's only on YouTube because we're actually cross-platform. I don't know if you can see these the comments. So
are we somehow in a room about Dogman?
No, it's just they're commenting from my YouTube chat. So,
okay, that's fine. They can chat about that all they like. Hey, the more chat we have, the better.
Your kids really like Dogman?
Yeah, they read the Dogman books. They liked it. It was kind of fun. You're right.
Did they take you to that Dogman movie?
We watched it at home. Yes, we did.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss.
It was fine. It's, you know what, I like watching cartoons with the kids. Why not?
Okay, do your kids like anime? Are they into anime?
Demon Hunter. I think that's anime.
Demon Slayer or K-pop Demon Hunters.
My mom believes in independence. My parents did a good job of raising young adults. That's what they raised. They made sure that we became adults, which was phenomenal.
As opposed to grown-up children, right? So
yeah. But no, I think when you have I got to go back to chat to see, because we had other people making the same kind of points. Your identity, guys. Where was it?
Which one?
Listen, and I'll be in a forest. AC Mac. So if you lost your construction of identity, like Alyssa, it is freedom to rebuild again. Here's the thing. We can't. Oh, is she in this Princess Monarchy? She knows what they're talking about. I have no idea.
It's anime. I mentioned anime, right?
You did mention anime.
K-pop, Demon Hunter, and Demon Slayer are the two different types of anime. The K-pop it's kind of like a more kid-friendly one, where Demon Slayer is what my daughter is really fanatical about right now.
The only anime that I remember watching was Astro Boy as a kid.
Ah, that's old school. Yeah,
that was old school. Astro Boy, I believe, was anime.
That was fantastic stuff. Or like Akira. Did you ever see Akira?
I saw the movie.
Yeah, the movie Akira.
That's anime?
Yeah.
But it's like it's like actors, is it not?
No, not. It must be thinking of a different one then.
There is a movie.
Akira is all anime, right?
No. This was like everybody was like bionic. It was a movie where she fought robots that were kind of people, but kind of robots.
Oh, no, that's Ghost in a Shell.
No, there's a movie. I'll send it to you one of these days, dude. See, Astro Boy was a thing.
Yeah, it's old school. Astro Boy was great. It was similar to Voltron and stuff, right?
That was anime?
Yeah, that was anime. Yeah.
See, I don't know things. Okay, so let's continue on going with this. Passion and creativity, pursuing art, music, or writing. Why everybody has a book in them, right? Yeah. Why do we stop ourselves from writing that book?
Well, I think you've read the book. Yep. Some people have different reasons for not writing a book. Okay. Could be the one reason a lot of people have for not writing a book is because it's really hard to get it published. Right.
So what? You still wrote it.
Yes. But a lot of people want to get it done. They want it done and they want published and they want to make money on it. And they be a full-time writer. And that turns into that whole, the cart before the horse thing. Right.
Right.
As opposed to, look, just write the goddamn thing and just get started. Right.
How many books do you think Stephen King wrote before he was Stephen King? Before someone actually said, "Holy shit, we gotta get this guy published." Like, there's got to be stories that were written.
Because he also did ghostwriting. He ghostwrote a bunch of books, eh?
Right. Yeah, he ghostwrote. So I mean, but he still was a writer.
Caleb's not wrong. So
not everybody should write that book. Case in point. Look, here's the thing. I believe that why people don't pursue, say, art or writing. I believe that's the same reason that people don't start a business or make a change, is because they're worried about what if nobody reads this?
Yeah.
What if nobody watches this? We have nothing invested in this. We do this just purely to have a chat on a Friday.
Yeah.
But why don't people do it? I think it's fear of judgment. Lots of these things are fear of judgment. If I start going to the gym, then I stop. Well, then what? Well, go back into it. Like, you don't have to. You're not doing it for somebody else.
Well, that's very true, but it's also the fact that a lot of people don't get into art on a more intense level is because our society has also kind of taught us we're supposed to monetize all our habits, make money off of things. If you can't make money out of it, it's not a worthwhile habit. Okay, so that's where the trap gets, because then people go, it's the same thing with business. People go, well, if I start a business, it's not guaranteed money, and I need guaranteed money. It doesn't come with a guaranteed open a business. And it's like, well, you're not guaranteed anything but the dirt. That's the only promise that you have in the world, right?
Right.
So just do it and see where it goes. But people who are thinking they want to be an artist or a writer or a musician think, I'm going to do that full time. That's my sole source of income.
Right.
And I have to walk away from my guaranteed income to get to this point. Whereas it's much better to do this full-time thing and in the spare nooks and crannies of your life, do this additional thing and get good at it.
Well, here's the thing. What happens to the person who decides, hey, I'm going to be a guitar player? Fear of failing. If you can't fail if you don't try. 100%. That's off the TikTok chat. I can't be defined because I'm constantly evolving. We are constantly evolving. And if you do put yourself into one little hole, you're going to be stuck there.
Yeah.
And where was it? You'll be judged for anything and everything. Just do it. They're not the owners of your life. That's right. So again, unless you are under my roof or paying my bills, I don't really care. Right? No one's going to fault you. Okay, how about this? If you went ahead and did and wrote that book, or you changed that job, or you learned a language, or you got in shape, is your life going to suck more? I believe it's going to suck a little less.
It's just a little bit less. Yeah.
But think about it. If you did what you're talking about doing, is it going to make your life worse or better?
Well, so I think people have both the fear of failing on one hand, and they also have the fear of success on the other.
Okay. So what if you're successful? What's the problem?
Well, for a lot of people, it's a certain amount of fear. We always hear the stories of the person who won $1 million and then was found dead, completely broke, high on drugs or something, right? So that's the thing too. And then we also have the people who are like, well, I'm afraid of being successful and how it's going to change me, or I will lose my friends. I will lose the identity of who I am. Okay. Then we have the people who are like, well, I'm not greedy. I don't want to make too much money. The irrational kind, right?
Okay, so if you are choose to stay chained to naysayers to your own prison. So what happens if those people are out of your life? What's the worst thing that happens? If they weren't bringing you anything positive and they're out, be gone. Like I was asked what was my my worst character trait.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a few. One is I'm extremely dismissive. Are you frozen or am I?
You're frozen. Yeah.
There's a disruption in my internet. So am I frozen now? No.
No, you're good now. You're good.
Okay.
Now.
So my what I believe is my worst personality trait is that I'm extremely dismissive, which means if I believe you've purposely wronged me, we're done. Or my family, or my friends, or somebody that I care about, we're done. I don't have time for this. I will not allow that kind of negativity in my life. And I think that if you have people that are dragging you down, they could be gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
If you're successful and they don't like that, then that's a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of resentment, but that's not your fault. That's them. Like, I'm not responsible for how someone else feels.
Yeah.
And however they feel shouldn't affect how I feel.
Right.
But we externalize this stuff and blame other people for how we feel, which is insane.
Yeah.
Success really requires to let go of yourself, the tolerated disrespect for fear of losing comfort. Oh, hey, Jayon. I like Jayon's hairline. Any tips on achieving that before 54? I'm guessing a lot of...
I still have it. I still have hair. And, here's a funny story, right? When I was in high school, my friends used to bug me, right? Because they would say, you're going to be bald by the time you're 20. Well, here I am, almost 50. I've got hair, and I'm not fat.
Yeah, well, I was fat and I was losing my hair. So I was 22 when I had a George Costanza hairline, which was life assistant coach. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a coach, but I hear a lot of things.
Yeah.
I had the island with the cul-de-sac, and it was just a bad look. So I shaved it off, and I've been bald ever
good
since.
for you.
But I think that if I had hair, it would look really weird. Like if I got implants and I suddenly had hair, that would be a horrible look.
I found you in my yearbook, and you had this luxurious hair. I was like,
very curly.
Holy shit, Ange, look at this. And she was like, who the heck? That's that Quentin? Like,
yeah.
Yep, that's Quentin.
With my big Joker smile.
Yep.
I know.
Yep. Good times.
Okay, let's keep on rolling through here.
How many more have we got there?
2 more. Traveling or exploring someday becomes never when life's logistics feel overwhelming.
So I hear that from people who are retiring or hoping to retire soon. I ask them, what are you going to do when you're retired? And they say, I'm going to travel. It's like, oh, you've never traveled, have you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because travel kind of sucks. You know, being places is awesome. Travel, not so wonderful.
Right. Well, my thing is, I was told if I didn't stop outrunning the boys in cross country in high school, I'd not find someone to date. I said I didn't care to outrun them anyway. She's awesome on a bunch of levels. I really think she needs to hop on the chat on the live stream one of these days because she sounds very interesting and a lot smarter than me. So
East Louisiana, do you mean Florida Department of Agriculture?
I don't know what they're talking about. They're on another plane.
Isn't East Louisiana like Roll Tide?
So where was I going? Oh, traveling. So there are certain things that I enjoyed, and then how long have we been friends?
I don't know. I guess it'd be when you open it. Really? No, I don't know.
Probably 15. I've known you longer than my wife, so it's got to be 20 years.
Pretty close, anyways. Yeah,
give or take. Yeah, we've known each other a long time. Yeah. There's certain traveling. I kind of like to travel. I'm tired of certain types of travel, if that makes sense. Like if I never go to another beach, I'll be quite happy.
Yeah.
Because I just find it boring. Like laying at a beach, picking out on a buffet, and then laying on a beach and drinking all day.
Well, there is something special about drinking all you can drink booze.
That's true.
That's nice.
But I think that I've done that to the point where it's not exciting. Like the first time I went to my first hot vacation, it was Cuba. And I was like, how is this on the same planet? Because I got on the plane at minus 45 and I got off the plane and it's like, what?
Yeah.
No, we're good. Chat gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
The YouTube crew is a little bit different than everybody else. And, God bless you guys, but no.
Well,
but I remember getting off the plane. I was amazed by it.
Learning new words as we're talking. And that's what's going on.
But I went to Cuba and I was just blown away by it. And then, I went to a couple other places, Mexico, this, that, and everything else. And then it started to become like, I'm going to get off the plane. I'm going to try to find a lounge chair somewhere. And that's wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And I'm good. I'd rather go somewhere where I'm going to do something and learn something and see something new. Like I would love to go to Nashville. I think that Seattle would be kind of cool to go to. I've been to New York, and that was one of the best trips because it's just amazing to see everything. I'd rather go and experience new things than go to the same place over and over again, whether it's a beach here, a beach there, a beach there. It's another beach. I'm good. I would do a cruise, though, because then you got a chance to go to a bunch of different places.
That being said, I'm going on the beach trip in April, so...
No, but that's cool. Like everybody has their thing, and I lots of people love going to beaches. Kelsey loves going to beaches. That's awesome. She loves going to beaches. Now, but what keeps us from doing it? Why don't we just get on a plane? Because the reality is, you're going to blow a lot more money on bullshit home. Than you're going to spend on that one trip.
So, like, I was getting in the big habit before COVID of travel. Okay, and it turned into quite a thing that I was doing about 4 trips a year to various places, right? Whether it was in the United States, Canada, or like other countries, right? So it was a lot of traveling, and it was like, this is freaking awesome. I'm loving this. Like, did I ever tell you my Disney World story?
No.
Okay. So went to Disney World, right? So I'm telling my clients, it was at Disney World, it's great, and then they go like, well, what did your kids think? Did they love it? Did they love it or what?
Yeah, that's when you didn't take them.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, I didn't take them. They're like, you didn't take
No.
your kids to Disney World?
That's hilarious.
And they're like, why did you go to Disney? Like, why didn't you take your kids? I said, well, it's cheaper.
Oh, totally cheaper.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You go
And
get
they're
some
like-
dough up and leave.
People are just like blown away. You're a jerk. I'm like, we wait till they find out that I've got to go to Anaheim or go to Anaheim in January, which is what was real. I had to make a promise not to go to Disneyland.
Did you go?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was right across the street from Disneyland. I was like, I could just walk right over there.
Otherwise, we'd ask your kids, like, hey, define your father? They'd be like, a dirty liar.
Yeah.
Hang on. Canadian has a couple things he said on the TikTok chat. He goes, he's retiring in January. He's cruising up his life. He's doing a 10-day cruise in November. I think that's awesome. I think a cruise is cool because you're seeing different places every second day or something like that. And that's super cool. Every day is new revolution. Querying you to evolve it. You know what? I think that I went from being a side truck driver to a blind man. You always have to move forward and evolve to continue to push to be successful. And you know what? There's the thing.
Yeah.
Jason, that could be your excuse, could be, well, I'm blind, but that's
or
not.
Or is that your superpower there, right?
Or that's superpower. Like you can say, well, I can't because of this, but
no,
dude's crushing it, which is awesome. Like just do whatever you can do. And sometimes I wonder, like I know they say if you lose a sight, if you lose a sense, like you wonder if that, like you could suddenly become an amazing guitar player or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'd be leaning into something like that real quick if I had the opportunity to, like if something went like my eyes and suddenly it was all sound, would I take up an instrument all of a sudden? Like, would that be a really good time to do it? Maybe.
Probably
Daredevil.
Anytime.
Daredevil was, you know what? Daredevil was one of my favorite comic book characters. My favorite superhero as a kid was Daredevil. Loved him.
Why?
He was basically like a Batman, Marvel's Batman. He was blind.
Yeah.
He was Catholic, which I kind of connected to, but he was a badass. Like he was fantastic. And I loved Daredevil. It was just brutal, but awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. One more. Volunteering or giving back. Time constraints, like feeling like someone else will do it, hold people back from meaningful impact.
So I get why people don't want to do volunteer work. Okay. I get a few reasons. Okay. Because when I started my career, I did a lot of volunteer work. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know what it got me?
No.
A lot more volunteer work and the expectation to do more volunteer work.
Okay. Do I do volunteer work?
Of course you do. Yep.
No. Do I do volunteer work?
Well, you do.
In what sense?
Well, you did. You're a strongman, right?
Yeah, but I put that on.
Yes.
Is it volunteer work?
You didn't get paid.
No.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it for that reason. I did it to help somebody genuinely and help a kid out. So I wouldn't consider that to be your typical volunteer work.
Yeah.
I would consider that to be, I put on an event to help a sick kid and it was a success and I'll do it again next year and I'll do it again next year and I'll do it again next year.
That's good. Yeah.
Not because I want to pad a resume and say I did volunteer work. It's because I found something that I could do.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this before. I can't sing and I certainly can't dance, but I can lift a bunch of heavy shit and I know people that do it. So I do this strongman and it benefits one family, one kid a year. Is it rewarding to me? I think the best way I could put it was when Bo asked me one year, I was hauling all the stuff to the spot and she goes like, why do you do this, Dad? Like, it's a lot of work. I said, because at the end of the day, that kid and that family is going to remember those guys lifting this stuff and doing this stuff. They're not going to remember me. I'm just the monkey with the mic. Yeah. But they're going to remember that those guys put on a show and I can sit in the shadows and just enjoy the fact that somebody has a smile on their face.
Yeah. So here's the problem that I had when I was doing a lot of the volunteer work. Then I started slowing down the volunteer work because I was like, okay, I need to focus on my business because I need to pay some bills, right? Yep. So when I stopped slowing it down, that's when I started having the people calling me up and saying, hey, we have volunteer events at this stage. We need you there. And I would say, well, no, I'm sorry. I need to scale back some of my volunteer work. I can't do it. Yeah. And then I would get, no, you don't understand. You have to be here.
That sounds like volunteer work.
I'm like, that doesn't sound like volunteer work anymore. And one of them was, I wouldn't even say who it was, right? But I was like, it was starting to turn into a little bit of an awkward discussion where it was, and they finally said, no, you have to come because we don't have anybody else. Everybody else has quit and you have to show up. And I was like, oh, so you didn't even think of us at first.
That sounds like an organizational problem.
It sounds like it's a you problem.
Yeah.
So because of that, we really slowed down the amount of volunteer work that we did because it wasn't effective use of our time, right?
No.
And it wasn't beneficial. And, honestly, we don't really want to be guilt tripped into doing something. We want to do something because we choose to, because we want to.
And it's a matter of just doing something because, like, when you do something because it feels right, that's when it makes sense. Like, I won't do something because I'm forced to. If someone needs a hand, I'll help them. Like, there's no doubt I will get involved. And it does happen. But I mean, when you have if someone's trying to guilt you into do it, come on. Like, AC makes a good point. Volunteering is building your community outside of social media. And it was there before. It is still there. It keeps in touch with humanity.
Sure.
I have a very limited skill set. I can do the whole strongman thing and I enjoy doing it. And I do believe it creates a sense. It's good for the community. It's good for people. And it's a positive event. But I've never considered that to be volunteer work. I just consider that to be doing a good. It's just doing something nice. And
There's a lot of ways to do these things. Like, you can be volunteering your time. You can volunteer for sponsoring an event. You can be donating prizes or gifts or whatever. You can be donating money and helping those organizations maintain their function. Or you can be on various boards. You can. If you were on, say, a chamber board, would that be considered a volunteer gig?
I don't think so.
But you're not getting paid.
Yeah, but that's a network thing. But there's a gain.
Yeah,
I think true volunteerism.
Sometimes, right?
I think that volunteering should be there's zero benefit to you to do it.
Correct.
Other than feeling good about doing it. If there is something else you're getting out of it, then it's no longer really volunteer work, is it?
Well, it's never truly all truistic.
Right.
There is always a gain. So, I mean, if you're getting gratification of doing these things, that's still something.
I end up feeling I feel like I was hit by a bus when I'm done my event.
Yep.
I don't feel physically, I feel horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? It warms the heart to do something nice. And that sounds cheesy and campy, but it's true. So rewinding back to the beginning so we can wrap this up tonight, guys. I think that we have excuses. Reasons are different than excuses. We are our worst enemy when it comes to making change or like positive change.
Yeah,
it's not hard. And we will talk ourselves out of things for fear of judgment, I think is what we're gathering from tonight's talk. That's the biggest holdback is judgment from other people.
Pretty much. The personal fears and insecurities are the ones that really get you the most, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, what are you going to think if I try this? Who cares? Yeah. Like, as well as I do that I've thrown myself into something, which some people think it's insane.
Yeah.
I don't. Then you do it. I want to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I think it's like fantastic. You want to do these things? That's great. Go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen is you won't get it. And that's quite fine, right?
Yeah. And that's fine too. Like if you go this far and it doesn't happen, that's fine. Yeah. If it goes this far and it does happen, then guess what? That door is open and you give her, you go, because it's that opportunity that you've wanted so bad. But again, for whatever reason, couldn't happen before. Now it could. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
But cool. I think, guys, you know what? Everybody here was fantastic. Thank you guys for popping in. I think it's I think that we do talk ourselves out of things. Jay, what do you think? Like, wrapping this up and giving us the Cole's notes on what just happened tonight as far as
people talk themselves out of for a million different reasons or different excuses, I guess, but very few any reasons. A lot of times, if they're doing it in person, I find a lot of times they're almost looking for assurance. And I find a lot of people don't need to be given an option. They need to be told an option. It's like Steve Jobs says, people don't know what they want. They need to be told what they need, right? And sometimes you just need to be given permission to do something. It's okay. You have permission to go do these things, right?
Yeah. Like, you don't have to have someone's blessings. Who cares what other people think? Who cares what other people feel or what they're doing? As long as you're doing it, for yourself and your own self-worth, only you control. How do you feel? How you feel, and only you can build your own future. Yeah, like it's totally up to you.
Yeah.
Fail, succeed, who cares? Like if you fail, you did it, you tried it. Even if you fail, at least you had the grapes to try it.
Yeah.
That what if that we live with, and how many people live with the what if? What if I would have? Oh, I should have tried this. I should have done that.
It's pretty easy to just sort of screw that up, you know.
Not like you'll be digging your own grave in the end, right? Someone else is going to do that, and they chose that. And the thing is, they love their job. They're doing it all day.
Yep, exactly.
You're not wrong. Okay, guys. Well, hey, yeah, thanks for coming in tonight, guys. And I think it was another good little chitty chat about general life. I'm not a certified coach. Well, technically I am, but not really. And yeah, if you get something out of this, great. If not, we're not.
That's too bad. We're not responsible for it.
We're not responsible for your decisions. You are.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see what we can. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Mr. 204.
We'll figure something out for next week. Maybe we'll get a guest on next time.
Maybe we'll get a guest on next week. You know, we got a couple people in the pipe now, which is odd that people are like, hey, I'll jump in.
Yeah,
let's do it. So we'll have the more the merrier. If we could have a good conversation amongst us two, and then someone tremendously smarter than us.
You know, we're good to set up a podcast room at your place there or something.
I almost got to set up a mic and have a bunch of us just sit here and talk. But yeah,
might be easier. Yeah,
I'll work on that. Okay, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the rain, and go do whatever you were talking yourself out of doing.
Yeah. What was it the brave man once said? You know, like just do it, right?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, the guy had it down, and I don't know if he's done much since, but he told us to do it.
He had it down, and now he's done. Right?
So, he didn't do it. That's what happens. No, he didn't do it.
He quit. You quitter.
I mean, all the best to Shia, but he didn't just do it.
Yep.
Okay, guys.
Didn't. Take care.
All right.
Good night.